Kill your excuses. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not after the election, not after the market stabilizes, not when inflation drops, not when AI slows down, not when someone finally believes in you. Right now. Because your excuses are not protecting you anymore. They are imprisoning you. You wake up every morning with ambition in your chest and anxiety in your head, a dream in your heart and a negotiation in your mind. And every single day the negotiation wins. It whispers softly at first. It sounds reasonable, responsible, mature. You're tired. It's too competitive. Look at the layoffs. Look at inflation. Look at the market. Look at the chaos. Look at how saturated everything is. This isn't the right time. And you listen. You nod. You agree. You delay. Listen carefully. There has never been a right time in the history of the United States. When the Great Depression crushed families, people believed opportunity was dead forever. Banks collapsed. Jobs vanished. Bread lines stretched across cities. Fear dominated dinner tables. And still, in that same darkness, businesses were born. When World War II shook the world, when uncertainty was global and survival felt fragile, factories expanded, innovation accelerated, leaders were forged. During the 2008 financial crisis, homes were lost. Retirement accounts were wiped out. Entire industries trembled. And still, companies that dominate today were quietly building. When the COVID-19 pandemic shut down cities from New York City to Los Angeles, when streets were empty and fear was loud, millions panicked. And yet, every single time, someone decided not to make excuses. In the same country where headlines scream about recession fears, political division, artificial intelligence replacing jobs, rising housing prices, culture wars, algorithm changes, in this same country, someone is building a company in their garage. Someone is filming content on a cheap phone and building a personal brand. Someone is learning AI tools while others complain about them. Someone is coding at 2 a.m. Someone is lifting weights in silence. Someone is studying after a double shift. Someone is investing while others are panicking. The difference is not resources. It is resolve. Excuses feel intelligent. They sound logical. They can be justified. They even earn sympathy. You can sit with friends and everyone will agree with your reasoning. They will validate your hesitation. They will normalize your delay. But comfort has never created greatness. Your excuses are sophisticated lies designed to protect you from discomfort. They are emotional armor. They shield you from embarrassment, rejection, uncertainty, and risk. But they also block growth. Excuses say, I don't have time. I don't have money. I didn't grow up with advantages. The system is unfair. The market is saturated. I'm not confident yet. I'll start when I feel ready. Here is the brutal truth. Confidence does not come before action. Clarity does not come before movement. Opportunity does not knock on locked doors. You do not become ready. You become brave. Look at the trends in America right now. AI is reshaping industries overnight. Remote work has permanently changed career paths. Creators are building empires on platforms that did not exist 10 years ago. Digital assets are competing with traditional investments. Attention has become currency. Skills are monetized globally, and you are still waiting for permission. The world is not slowing down so you can feel comfortable. It is accelerating without you. Every excuse you keep is a silent agreement to stay average. You say you are too tired, but you are not too tired to scroll for 2 hours. You say you do not have time, but you have time for distraction. You say you do not have money, but you finance temporary pleasure instead of long-term growth. You say you are afraid of failing, but you are not afraid of regret. Regret is heavier than failure. Failure bruises your ego. Regret corrodes your spirit. There are people in hospital beds right now wishing they had one more opportunity to try. There are families rebuilding after hurricanes and wildfires wishing they could start from zero. There are veterans who sacrificed for freedom wishing they had the physical strength you waste daily. There are single parents working 3 jobs wishing they had the time you complain about. And you are negotiating with your excuses? Kill them. Not softly, not slowly, not respectfully. Kill them with discipline. Discipline is action when emotion disagrees. Discipline is choosing long-term respect over short-term relief. Discipline is waking up when the alarm rings, not when inspiration strikes. Discipline is working out when motivation is absent. Discipline is building when nobody is watching. Discipline is studying when friends are celebrating. Discipline is investing when others are spending. Discipline is consistency when results are invisible. In America, everyone talks about freedom. Freedom of speech. Freedom of choice. Freedom to pursue happiness. But freedom without discipline becomes self-destruction. You have the freedom to waste your potential. You have the freedom to procrastinate. You have the freedom to quit. But you also have the freedom to dominate your life. And that choice is made daily. Right now in 2026, uncertainty feels normal. Elections divide conversations. Markets fluctuate weekly. Technology evolves monthly. Social media amplifies comparison every hour. If you consume fear daily, you will produce excuses hourly. Guard your mind. The news reports instability. That is information. Your mind turning that into paralysis, and then that is weakness. The news says competition is fierce. That is reality. Your excuse says you cannot win. That is surrender. The news says AI replaces jobs. Your excuse says you are obsolete. A disciplined mind says, then I will adapt. Adaptation is power. The United States was built on adaptation. Immigrants arrived with nothing but hunger. Entrepreneurs failed repeatedly before succeeding. Athletes were cut before becoming legends. Innovators were told their ideas were impossible. Excuses say, I can't. History says someone did. Imagine this. A 24-year-old in Texas gets laid off from a corporate job because automation replaces half the department. He could blame AI. He could blame executives. He could blame the economy. Instead, he spends 6 months mastering the same AI tools that replaced him. He builds small freelance projects. He works nights delivering food to survive. He studies when exhausted. He fails repeatedly. He gets rejected. He keeps going. 3 years later, he owns a consultancy helping companies implement AI systems. Same country, same economy, same technology, different response. That is the difference between excuses and execution. Right now, someone with fewer advantages than you is working harder than you. Someone with less money is investing smarter. Someone with less talent is practicing longer. Someone with more obstacles is making fewer excuses, and they will take the life you were meant to have. Let that burn. Let it make you uncomfortable. You do not need perfect conditions. You need ruthless commitment. You do not need applause. You need standards. Standards eliminate excuses. When your standards are low, excuses feel acceptable. When your standards are high, excuses feel embarrassing. Keeping promises to yourself builds identity. Breaking promises to yourself builds doubt. Self-trust is earned, and excuses destroy it. Picture this. 5 years from now, you meet two versions of yourself. The first version killed every excuse. Their posture is confident. Their speech is calm and controlled. Their finances are stable. Their body is strong. Their network is powerful. Their mind is disciplined. They walk into rooms with quiet authority. The second version kept every excuse. Still scrolling. Still blaming. Still explaining. Still comparing. Still tired. Still talking about what they plan to do. Both versions were built by daily choices. You cannot control where you started, but you can control how violently you pursue growth. The United States is competitive. That is not a reason to quit. That is a reason to level up. In sports, nobody wins by complaining about the other team. In business, nobody dominates by crying about saturation. In life, nobody evolves by negotiating with comfort. Your excuses are intelligent. They know your emotional triggers. They appear when you are tired. They appear when you are rejected. They appear when you are embarrassed. They appear after heartbreak, after setbacks, after losses. They say after things calm down, growth happens during the storm. When inflation rises, build skills. When layoffs increase value. When trends change, learn faster. When people doubt you, train harder. You want to go viral? Create consistently. You want financial freedom? Master money. You want mental strength? Seek discomfort. You want respect? Earn it in silence. The American dream was never handed out. It was hunted. And you cannot hunt with excuses in your pocket. Replace I can't with how can I? Replace I'm not ready with I'll learn. Replace what if I fail with what if I grow. Failure is data. Embarrassment is temporary. Criticism is noise. Quitting becomes identity. Culture rewards comfort. Fast food. Fast dopamine. Fast validation. Fast attention. But greatness is slow, built in invisible mornings. In reps, nobody counts. In drafts nobody reads, in days nobody applauds. That is where excuses die. Not in quotes, not in hashtags, in action. You do not kill excuses by consuming motivation. You kill them by executing. Execute when you do not feel ready. Execute when nobody claps. Execute when progress feels slow. Execute when results are invisible. Execute when you are tired. Execute when you are doubted. Execute when you are uncertain. Because execution builds confidence. Execution builds clarity. Execution builds momentum. One disciplined day becomes one disciplined week. One disciplined week becomes one disciplined month. One disciplined month becomes a new identity. And identity shapes destiny. Nobody is coming to save you. No politician. No market rebound. No viral moment. No perfect opportunity. That is not bad news. That is power. Because if nobody is coming to save you, then nobody can stop you either. Your future does not depend on headlines. It depends on habits. Your success does not depend on timing. It depends on standards. Your growth does not depend on comfort. It depends on courage. So tonight, ask yourself one question. If I continue like this for 5 years, will I be proud? If the answer is no, tomorrow is not optional. It is mandatory. Wake up with discipline. Move with intention. Guard your focus. Honor your word. Cut distractions. Build skills. Train your body. Sharpen your mind. Strengthen your character. Become relentless. One day results will speak so loudly that your old excuses will sound ridiculous. And when someone asks, how did you do it? You will not say you were lucky. You will not say the timing was perfect. You will not say it was easy. You will say something simple. I stopped making excuses. No secret, no hack, no magic formula, just ownership. Kill your excuses, bury them, and build something so powerful that your old self would not recognize you. Because the world does not need another explanation, it needs execution. Kill your excuses, right now, and watch your life resurrect.